Should you be mixing using these guys? So the answer is yes. You should be mixing using these guys. I'm not going to let you wait the whole video to get that very simple answer. The answer is yes, all right? You should be mixing using these, or maybe you have something more like these things, all right? These Apple AirPod, or maybe you have earbuds or AirBuds, or those things that come with your phone. I'm going to give you the 3 reasons why you should be using them to mix your next project. So the first reason I want you to think about is, where is the project going? Why are you mixing this song? Maybe it's your song or somebody else's song or instrumental or whatever it is. Why are you mixing it? Who are you mixing it for? For most people, the answer to that is they want it to go on Spotify and iTunes and wherever else for people to listen to it and for people to hear it and enjoy it, and they can share this music gift with other people. Awesome, that's great, good for you. Now the thing you need to think about is that end user, most of the time, is going to be listening to your song on these, alright? So they're going to jump into Spotify on their phone and click your song, and then they'll listen to it either through the speaker on their phone or on these guys, all right? So the majority of your, end listeners are not going to be, tuning into your new song with high quality studio grade speakers. I think those were the right words in the right order. The end consumer isn't necessarily going to have like a studio setup to hear your record. They're going to have Apple AirPods, earbuds, regular headphones, right? Simple stuff. So you better be making sure that your song sounds really, really good on those devices, all right? On coming out of Apple AirPods. I don't like these things already. So you want to make sure that things sound good coming out of those devices. The second reason number 2, is you should be referencing on as many different sound devices as you possibly can, all right? So this is like my fail-safe when I'm mixing a record and I want to check the tonality or the dynamics of that record. I will reference my mix on literally every single sound device I can find, okay? It won't be like 2 or 3, it will be like everything I can find, all right? So I have a few things like we've talked about. We've got these, all right, Apple Earbuds, right? And we've got these, I think these are like a knockoff AirPod, right? I don't think they're the real thing. They're like a fake version, I guess. But whatever, right? So I'll reference on those. I will also reference, I have this thing, this Bluetooth speaker. I will reference on this. This has got like the worst sound ever, all right? It's got like that weird fake bass where it's not really bassy, it's just sort of mid-rangey. And it's really like sizzly at like 2 or like maybe 4K. It's really sizzly and nasty. So this isn't a good speaker in any way, but I've gotten used to listening to stuff on it. So I know if something's sticking out badly in my mix, I can hear it, all right? So I reference on this. I reference on these, which are awesome headphones from back in the day. They're like Bose, whatever the model is, I don't know, but they're old now and I've repaired them several times. But a pair of over-ear Bose headphones, all right? Are these guys, these are like Bluetooth, I think they're made by like Kodak or something awful like that. Again, just really cheap headphones I found. And they're not good in any way. So this is the point, guys. A lot of the time, you need to be referencing your mix on something that doesn't necessarily sound that great, all right? Because then you're gonna notice things that are popping out when you're essentially hearing the different response out of different sound devices, and you can start to notice issues, all right? If you only reference on one type of speaker or one type of headphone or whatever, those issues are going to hide themselves away, okay? So I reference on these. What else do they have? Oh, I was going to say, so my laptop, I often will just reference out my laptop speakers, all right? Again, very, there's no bass at all coming out of your laptop speakers. I'll reference, I have a TV sound bar, I'll reference on that and listen on that. So all different kind of frequency responses and dynamic responses out of all of these devices but by reference, oh, the car is the other one. Everyone loves to do that, right? Get in the car and you start to really hear some great bass in the car, because they have giant subwoofers, and then they also have like kind of a build up in the bassy frequencies. They kind of build up in the footwells kind of thing. So you hear things very differently in the car. So you're getting all kinds of different responses from these devices, and you want to make sure that your mix stands up on every device and sounds just fine on all of those devices. That's the key, all right? The last reason that you should be mixing on these, all right, the very last reason is they allow you to leave the house. They allow you to listen to your mix and go for a walk, all right, and go and do something else, because that perspective is such a huge thing with mixing, all right? You get too close to a project. If you're listening to your mix and you're mixing for like an hour, 2 hours straight, okay, you start to just think, your ears will just tune stuff out, and you'll start to not even be hearing harshness in the vocal, or, you know, that boominess in the low end. You'll start to not hear it because you've just tuned it out because you've been listening to it too long. So these allow you to go and reference it and walk around, you know, go to the gym, right? Go to the gym, do your workout, and then reference your mix while you're doing something else. That seems to be, I think, the way I notice issues the most is when I just leave, get away from the project. You know, I'll just bounce out a saved file and listen to the project while I'm doing the dishes, while I'm working out, while I'm going for a walk, cycling, anything like that, where I'm kind of distracted by something. I'm not like intensely focused. I'm just listening to the song, expecting it to sound perfect, and then something catches my attention because I'm tuned into audio stuff, you know. So that's the third and final reason you should be using these, is so you can get out and about and walk around and get a bit of perspective on your mix, all right? Get away from it for a second. A bit of distance is always really good. So those are the 3 reasons you definitely should be mixing on your Apple AirPods or earbuds or Apple headphones. If you are interested in audio and mixing and that kind of thing, and maybe you have a little home studio that you're setting up and you really love this stuff and you want to learn more, I actually have a little ebook that's a free gift from me to you that is a full recommendations list of all the equipment you can go out and get right now, or order it on your phone because it's 2020, and you can get it. There's a description somewhere, and you'll click the link and it will give you an ebook. There you go, from me to you. Enjoy. Until next time.